Hello, this is Talking to the Edge, where we try to walk to the border of a 1.18 Minecraft world, which is 30 million blocks out. We want to give credit to KurtJMac, who originated the idea with Farlands or Bust. His channel will be linked in every description. While we walk, we'll be talking about topics that center around content creation and platforms such as Twitch and YouTube. And every other week, you'll see a guest. Guests will range from our close friends to Twitter mutuals to people we have heard about through the content creation grapevine. So if you have any suggestions on who you want to see on the pod, let us know in the comments.
Fucking love for me?
Yeah, for you.
Oh, the friendship emerald.
The friendship emerald. Okay. I wanted to start the podcast off. First of all, it's been a hot minute, and we're coming back with a guest podcast, which I'm very excited about. Yeah. But yes, it's been a hot minute. Me and Vent have had some personal things that we've had to deal with on our end. But we're back. We're back, and we're better than ever. I did want to start off. We're doing a Pride podcast, even though we're a little bit late. It's fine.
A little late, but Pride is it's not only 1 month, is every month. Pride never dies.
Exactly. It's Pride every month.
No matter how much the Supreme Court wants it to, we're not going anywhere.
Exactly. But I did want to say before we started the podcast that we're going to be talking about asexuality today. So if any of that, I know like sometimes some people talking about like sexual stuff makes them uncomfortable. So we're not going to be crude, but if any of that makes you a little bit uncomfortable, maybe don't listen to this episode.
Okay, hold on.
And you can skip to the next one.
My controls are fucked right now. I need to see what's happening. It's
Oh, you can move.
Yeah. I can walk again now.
Yeah. Going this way, Vent.
Yes,
I was like, if you weren't going to be able to walk, I was like, okay, you're coming with us. I'm just going to like hit you. Like,
right, we'll just put you in a boat and slowly go over the land.
Can ride with Vent.
Yay, Kay. There we go.
Oh, okay.
I remember my controls.
Yeah.
This is lovely. This is wonderful.
How was everyone's Pride Month?
I feel like this Pride Month was the most homophobic I've had yet.
It was very anti-Pride.
And I feel bad because I was supposed to. Oh, what the fuck is that over there? I think it's like a house. I was supposed to stream a lot more and play a lot of like gay games, and I've streamed a couple chunk, but I think life just got in the way, and I like was like, I'll be real with you guys. I cannot have my stream schedule going on right now, so we will. Yeah, I haven't streamed as much as I thought I wanted.
Yeah. I feel like out of all of us, Mocha has been streaming the most.
I am Mocha popping off.
It's just like impressive for me. I did like disappear for like a week from streaming too. So
I've been gone for like a month and a half at this point, I feel like.
And at this point, you haven't seen me in years. I've been gone forever. But yeah, I saw that you played Tell Me Why.
Oh yeah.
Oh dude, that I'm like shook. That's a good game, and I still haven't finished episode 1. So even when I start streaming again, which hopefully will be soon, like I will be popping off. There's still like another game that I've been wanting to play, If Found, which is another LGBT game, which is great.
Okay.
And then after that, I'm gonna get back into playing Omori and fucking there's another fucking game that was on my list. Coffee Talk 2.
Coffee Talk is so good.
Vent, did you finish Coffee Talk 2?
No.
You're forgetting how to get out of a boat.
That was one of the ones that I started and never actually got into.
I have Coffee Talk on my Steam wish list.
It's a good game. It's really good. It puts my like voice acting to like go to, I love
doing voice acting.
I love like putting my all into it, but then I get really embarrassed and I have like my parents fucking living with me and they're like, what the hell?
Okay, the other day, so we do fanfic readings on stream every week.
Which you got from me.
No, it's a totally unique idea. I've never heard it before. It's to
I've never heard it
Is
before.
someone gonna take this bed?
Never heard of it.
Leave it.
I'm taking it.
Okay.
But I was like doing a really stupid voice acting, and then my mom walked in to give me like Panda Express, and I was like, that was really embarrassing, but thank you.
Oh my God, we don't talk about this. It's funny because I really want to do my fanfic Fridays, but I It's like I'm so particular with my fanfic that it's like I need to have, in order to add ambiance, I put in like, you know, movie scores or anime scores behind it. And I do not have any of my songs on my computer, and I'm like, I have to fucking put all of those on playlists, and I'm just like, ugh. And because of that, I haven't done my fanfic Fridays. And not to mention, like fanfic Fridays are usually for like spontaneous streams, and I do that late at night. And my roommate goes to bed at like 10, and homie's like, please do not be loud because they're such a light sleeper. So it's like I can't even do my spontaneous streams until I move out of here.
So sad.
Which is why I've been talking about fanfic Fridays and I don't know, late night Bible readings, and that has just not
Oh
happened
my
yet.
god, I remember when you would do like didn't you have to study the Bible for one of your classes or something?
Yeah, I
like
was just in
that?
the Old Testament, and honestly,
Yeah.
I did not retain anything, but that was so much
No.
fun.
Yeah, I also took a Christian class for like college or whatever, and I also forgot everything.
Oh my god, what part did you read though? Like, what was the vibe?
God, I don't remember.
I read the David story, and that shit, bringing back into Pride Month, gay as fuck.
So,
The religious Christians people being like, yeah, gay people is a sin. I'm like, look at David and
they're
Jonathan. They
gay
were
in
fucking
the
bro.
Bible.
Like, they were.
That's
Oh my
so
god.
funny.
Oh, okay, it's in the sun. Good.
I saw a Jesus and Judas shit post the other day.
No. Not
It was-
the enemies
honestly,
to lovers.
That was, like, if you think about it though, like it can get kinda spicy. Like imagine like your best friend betrayed you, like holy shit, bro, that the tea. Or it's just it's the vibes. I agree. I ship it. I ship it hard.
There's a
That's not sacrilege for me saying that, right? I hope it's not.
I mean,
Who cares?
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, honestly.
That's funny.
We know Jesus would have been gay anyway. Like he would have been like, "Yep, love thy neighbor." A little too.
Love thy
too
neighbor.
hard.
I mean, he's a trans icon. We already know.
He
this.
is.
Oh yeah, he is. I think someone drew fan art of Jesus at the stake. Homie had like had the fucking
I
top
saw
scars.
that.
Careful.
The top surgery scars. That was
Oh,
beautiful.
wasn't careful.
I've
Do you
come
need
in- I've-
blocks?
Wait. I got some 34 dirt. I got it.
I
got it.
love that we were all just
34
throwing dirt. But yeah,
There we
Heartstopper,
go.
speaking of, a gay iconic piece of media.
Ooh.
The new one I feel like is it coming out into this month or next month?
I think it's in August. It's the
Okay.
Paris arc, baby. The Paris arc.
Yeah.
I'm
it's
so excited.
Like
I'm
sold.
also so excited.
I'm so excited to just like fucking get in on it. I love Heartstopper. I gotta catch up on the comics again.
I
But
think I started reading the comics and then forgot I was reading the comics and haven't touched it for a while.
oh my god. I honestly believe like on God, the comics is what made me become so not normal about the show. Because I got like so obsessed with the comics and I was like, you know, going crazy. And then I watched the show and I'm like, damn, the show's like fucking good. And then I rewatched it like 6 times.
Oh, you're
Valid.
so real for that.
So valid. I think I read it's all on Webtoons, so I read the whole thing in like one day.
Oh yeah. I felt it. But yeah,
Yes.
currently my current hyperfixation do be not like hyperfixation, but I'm like really into Skip and Loafer right now, which amazing manga.
I love it.
Y'all need to read it, and I'm telling you, bring it back into Pride Month, specifically asexuality and aromantic. Okay, will I die? Will I make it?
Do
Just
it.
make it to
You
the
have
water.
to,
Just
like-
go to the water.
I-
Just go to the
Yeah.
I'm scared.
I'm
I can see
scared
that
for you.
hesitation.
I'm scared for you. You made it, thank God, okay.
We are good. We are good. But bringing into anybody who reads Skip and Loafer, it is a Japanese manga, but they tapped into the feelings of aromantic longing, but just like I can't explain it, but it's so
good.
fucking good. And I went through a lot of tough times this month and last month, especially when I was kind of like, I'm definitely on the aromantic spectrum, and I got very emo about it. And then I read Skip and Loafer's newest chapter, or a couple of their newest chapter, and I'm like, you know what? It's gonna all be all right.
Yeah, oh my God, Whelmed gave a perfect segue, the most amazing segue. I've ever seen in my life. Speaking of the aromantic, asexual, scale. What is it called? It's a
Spectrum?
it's a spectrum. There you go. I was like, scale. Like, how asexual are you on a scale from 1 to 10? Both both you, and Mocha as well talked this past month about exploring like your aromantic side versus just asexuality. How was that for you guys? Like, was that hard? And of course, you don't have to answer if anything makes you uncomfortable.
It's a little bit hard when like
Mocha
you-
has yeah, it's funny. Mocha has said something that's the most relatable thing. It's always gonna be different for everybody. But
Mhm.
I sent like a fucking TikTok to Mocha. And Mocha's like, yeah, why is discovering you being aromantic low-key traumatic? And I'm like, you
Oh,
have never been
no.
so real for that.
it's like
But
so
yeah.
hard to explain because it's like you think you have it figured out, and then
Mhm.
suddenly you're like, am I never really going to feel love the way other people do? And
Yeah,
it's like
and
the way I
that's
thought I was.
that was like a difficult pill to swallow. Cause like there's some people I've like seen some people out there being like, yeah, my aromantic makes me so strong, I will feel nothing, and I'm so okay with that. And it's
Mhm.
like, dude, I am so proud. But I think a lot about me is that I put in a lot of, I guess like feeling towards gonna find somebody, and it's like it like makes sense because every relationship that I had, there's always just something so off about it. And I couldn't quite explain it. And I was like, this just doesn't feel right. And I always chalked it up to just me because I was ace and probably like people just don't understand, blah blah blah. And I was like, I gotta find somebody out there. And then it's just kind of like clicked at one moment, being like, no, like maybe it is just gonna be really difficult for me for the rest of my life. And
Right.
that sucked super hard. Because everyone makes it sound so fun and like, amazing. But like, yeah, it's the best feeling you're ever gonna have in the world. And I'm like, I can experience that. I want to be part of the party.
I know.
Uninvited to the aromantic party.
And it's like I love reading romance too. It makes
Oh
me like
my
so
God!
happy and like giddy. But then like I try to experience romance and I like feel awkward like showing any sort of affection. And I'm like,
Yeah, I totally agree. Like I love reading shoujo mangas, and it's like I see all these like people get like, or like this characters finding out their like love, and it's like I'm getting butterflies, and it's like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. Like, oh, they're so youthful, young. I can't wait for that to happen to me. And then I'm like, I like look back at all my past relationships, and it's always like I said yes because I'm like, maybe I can become attached to them potentially. And then it just never really happened, and then I kind of realized all my relationships felt very scripted and orchestrated, and everything was kind of not there. And I was like, damn.
Should we put boats down? Not to cut off your very
Probably. I didn't think this was
heart-touching-
as big as it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably put. I have a boat. I stole
Yeah.
a boat.
Yeah. Okay, I'm coming along. I'm coming.
Wait, where? Oh, can you just put a boat on the water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm coming. Let me get in.
Oh, sorry.
Whoop. Okay, we're good.
this like kind of like talk about like the struggles with being like finding out your arrow too is I kind of like figured it out in a relationship.
Ah.
Like I've been like in a relationship with my partner for like 3 years, and we never I even talked to like one of my other friends when I was figuring it out, trying to be like, how do I like talk to them about this? And one of my friends was like, yeah, you guys never even really acted or seemed like a couple. You just seemed like really like best friends.
Yeah,
and
low key,
it
dude. Same.
Oh my God. But I did talk to them, and we're still like going to be like remaining really close, and we're kind of like teetering on that queer platonic relationship rather than like, so it's like more than best friends but not quite a relationship, and it's nice because I don't feel like I have to act a certain way or
Yeah,
like
and,
be a
like,
certain
try.
way. Mhm.
Which was like that was kind of my realization, and I'm like hoping like there's gonna be people out there that will totally be in the queer platonic relationship, and that's like what I'm kind of hoping for. But I like really truly figured it out kind of this month, but I was like questioning it for like a year, 2 years now, or like a year and a half, and I was also how do I get out? There it is. It was also in a relationship, and I remember like drunkenly telling my ex at that time, being like, "Hey, I might, I'm considering that I'm on the aro spectrum." And then finally, I think last year during October, when we were kind of breaking up, he was kind of like, "Yeah." Like, I was thinking about it for a long time over the summer, and I genuinely do think you are on the aromantic spectrum, and this is just something that I personally can't. That's not like it is like I can't deal with, but it's like I gotta find my own self, and I think that that type of difference is a little bit too much for me. And I was like, damn. I was like, shit, But we're still remaining really good friends and close friends.
That's nice. That's nice.
Which is good, but yeah, I was like that. With that aspect, I was like, okay. And it's like also like that was like the time. Oh my lord!
Oh,
Run,
I thought one of you guys hit me.
Nope.
Run.
It is like running towards you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going the other way.
Blood.
And the other way. But yeah, I think it's in a similar boat with Mocha. It was very much through a relationship. And it was always just kind of like, even with like yeah, my past ex-boyfriend, like we were so good. We were like dating for like 3 years. Personally, like amazing person. But it's like even then, I always felt like I was kind of acting in the relationship, saying certain things, saying phrases. I'm like, okay, this is what I got to do to make the tone better. This is what I got to say. And that I'm just kind of, I'm looking back and I'm like, I don't think normal people or like non-aro people feel that.
There's so many times where I look back and I'm like, I can't believe I didn't realize it. Because there were like times, like in a relationship, you kiss people, but there were so many times where like we would give like a goodbye kiss in the relationship, and I would be like, I really actually don't want to do that, but I will because it makes them happy.
Yeah, same.
I have a boat. Hold on.
Oh, I got you.
Okay.
It's like, or like me in high school talking to my friend. I was talking to like one of my high school exes at that time, and he's just like, "Well, you're like making out." And I was like, "Yeah, but I don't like. It's not like it doesn't mean anything to me. It's just a fun activity to do." I'm like, and people experience that.
Yeah, I think recently, like I've been thinking about like not on like the aromantic spectrum, but like on the asexual spectrum. I've just been being fucking bullied online about it, not like by any like specific people, but like by TikTok and my algorithm in general.
Wait, what do you mean like bullying? Like they like ace phobic, or are they just like you are ace?
I've just been getting a lot of ace TikToks as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Like Vince,
like
someone
was like bullying you for being ace, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was gonna say like we were gonna fight.
About
I was
to
like,
pull up and fight someone. No, just like I think me and Vin both got like the same man who made this TikTok that was basically just like, if I could like never give you my body, would you still like love me?
Oh my god,
like,
we talked about that
I was
forever.
like, oh my god. This
Oh.
bear is gonna chase you, be careful.
Oh my god.
But yeah, we talked about it for like for like a good while, and it's like hard to, because obviously like I like romance novels too. I like romance movies, things with happy endings, and I think a lot of people love those types of things. And since we were like little, we've been conditioned to be like, oh yeah, you're gonna grow up, you're gonna find someone, and you're gonna spend like forever with them. And like for me, it's hard to be like, oh well, I'm gonna find someone to spend forever with who like accepts the fact that like I'm not gonna want to have sex with them. Like that's just not something that I'm gonna want to do.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's like it's difficult in that sense. And then I try to angle it more of like, well, that doesn't really matter. Like I have all of these amazing like platonic friendships that like give me the same kind of like what am I trying to say? Like the same, I like to talk to you guys and I like to be around you guys. It gives me the same kind of like mental happiness that like what I would look for. Yeah, that I would look for in a relationship. So usually when I'm like, oh, I'm so sad, everyone just wants to have sex with me. I'm like, I have my friends and my friends love me.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. I was like, I feel pretty lucky because I feel like me figuring out I'm ace was like so much easier
Mhm.
It was like I when I was younger, I was never like pressured into thinking I had to do anything.
Yeah.
And like it was like figuring out that term. It was I did get the wow, Jesus. I did get the satisfying feeling of like figuring out, oh, this is a thing, that's me. And then
Mhm.
I mean, again, I was like nervous to come out because I was in literally that same relationship I was talking about before from in high school. And so I did like a Twitter post being like, I'm ace. And then I was like going to go to school the next day. I was like, okay, this is where I'm nervous. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. And then no one said anything. And then we're just like, yeah, you are. And I was like, okay. So like, I had no problems with it. I sometimes still think that I still like forget, you know, that people actually view people like in a sexual sense. So then none of that bothers me. I just forget that people do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's funny because I also had a much more easier time figuring out that I was ace because I kind of figured it out really early on. I think when I first kind of was like, I think I'm ace. I was like 13. And I saw it because of like Tumblr talked about it, and I was like, and like I look back and I'm like, maybe I was a little bit too early to question it, and like there was like at times where I like, you know, in high school I fell back on that. I was like, oh, I just want to feel special, like I'm just saying all this stuff, and then in 15 I was like, no, I am. But it's always just like it's like something that I was always new and I took confidence and pride in, and I was like, if anyone views me in a sexual sense, like yeah, that sucks, but fuck them, they're the weird one. And that's how I always viewed it. And then finding out I was aromantic, I'm like, damn, yeah, this sucks.
Yeah, I think I kind of like I didn't have a term for it early on, but I kind of like knew always that I like wasn't gonna want to have like sex with people, like, and I think it was easier for me because I, you know, went to a charter school. It wasn't like a whole lot of people. We were all just nerds basically. So no one was like going to these parties and like hooking up at like 16. That just didn't happen. Also, I feel like all of the people I dated were Mormon, which was so weird.
Oh my god, so
That
funny.
never happened either. But like I remember like distinctly right before like I moved like from Arizona to the South, I like had a talk with my best friend and I'm like, all of the like past boyfriends that like I had dated, I've never wanted to be like intimate with them. And she's like, maybe you just haven't found, you know, the usual, maybe you haven't found the right guy. Maybe you just haven't found the right person. And like I thought about it, I'm like, okay, well I'm bi, so like do I want to have sex with women? And I'm like, no, not really. So it was kind of always like there. And then I got into like college relationships and they're like, let's do things. And I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. And then after like 2 times I was like, no.
Yeah.
These polar bears are out for blood.
They're
They
all.
They are. They're bad today.
I think maybe that's what I figured out pretty early because like my school, a lot of kids were like horny as fuck.
Damn.
Yeah, that's how my school was too.
Yeah.
I think
So
most...
I think like
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you can go. You can go.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I think I was just gonna say like I wasn't always opposed. Like the most I was okay and felt relatively fine doing is maybe making out with people, but anything more than that, I was just kind of like, I knew that it was like a huge clear like a huge clear boundary. I remember I was like I can't do, and I remember my high school boyfriends at that time always wanted to do a little bit more, and I was always kind of like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel good doing this, bro. And then break up, and then I try to find the next person because I'm like, what does it feel like? Oh, I really want to know. And
what is love?
Yeah, and I never figured it out.
See,
damn!
Oh no! Damn.
We love you.
We do.
It's the romantic, the platonic. I got that set family. Like,
I love my friends and family. Mwah.
Yeah, I truly love my friends and family, but romantically, I think it's also just kind of like, I don't know. There's like a different vibe to it that I just can't. I like never understood when people are like, you'll find the person that you'll love. Like, there's a huge connection, and it's like, okay. when will I don't know though. what does it feel like?
When will that happen? Actually,
yeah, they're like, how would I feel it? And they're like, you don't feel like, you just know. And I'm like, that's that doesn't help me, bro.
I know,
That's
exactly. Like, you just know, and I'm like, but what if I
What if I
know?
don't?
Yeah, like I feel like oh my god, this was so embarrassing. Because I remember it was my most recent boyfriend who we were dating for around like 3 years, and I remember talking with my girlfriends on like a girls' night, and we're all kind of drunk, and we're all talking, and I was like, yeah, I truly love my boyfriend, but I don't know if that's like really love. So I don't really know like I really care about him, but I don't know if I truly love him. And they're just like, how do you not know? You've been dating him for like 2 years. What? And I was like, I'm not gonna talk about this anymore.
Yeah.
It's so awkward because it's like, I don't know. It feels like some sort of like society that I just like can't join, because they're always like, oh, you'll know, but I'm like, but I don't know. So what if I do if I don't know, and then they just don't know either, and it's like it's so hard to understand each other sometimes.
Yeah.
Say something earlier.
What?
Were you gonna say something earlier? Did you have a point that you wanted to make?
Oh yeah.
I was just gonna say, I think for like most of high school, I just fully avoided relationships. Like all through high school, I
Valid.
just really didn't have, because I was scared. I was like, no, you're gonna ask me to do
That's so
something, and I'm not gonna wanna, and I'm scared, so I just didn't. I was like, so like anytime anybody would like show any interest, I would just avoid at all costs. I'd be like, actually, I'm gonna go the opposite direction.
Honestly, I should have done that too, but I was always
yeah.
curious about relationships. I'm like, and I always like people make it such a big deal, and I was an attention whore, and I was like, oh my god, people would think I'm cool if I'm in a relationship.
I don't know. I didn't really have like a word for it or anything. And then we went to my junior year. We went to a college thing. What is it called? I don't know, like a trip you go on to colleges to like check them out.
Like one of those like tours, campus tours. Or
we
whatever.
did that with a club because I was a part of we had what was it called? I don't remember what it was called. It was whatever club we had. It was basically like the gay straight alliance is what they called it at our school.
Like
Oh,
gay
yeah.
club.
Yeah.
the
So
PSA.
I joined that and I was like, no, I'm just like supporting my friends because my friend was out at that point, and I'm like, I'm just supporting my friend. But I went to one of like the college tours with that group. And there, because it was, the gay club, we went and like looked at, they had like a specific housing that you could get into.
Oh.
That was
Ooh.
all like very like, I don't know, queer. And they
So
had
cool, actually.
yeah, so they took us to their little like clubhouse thing. And they like just like gave us a bunch of like pins and things, and like each of the people, like the kids who went to that school, came and like gave a little demonstration like, oh yeah, like I'm this person, these are my pronouns, and this is how I identify. And then people asked questions, and someone asked questions about someone who identified who were asexual, and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a
The light
minute.
bulb hit.
Yeah, and then I stole a little pin. I didn't steal it, but like, we were allowed to take them, but I stole it without my friends or anybody seeing, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang on to this. But that was pretty much it through high school.
See, I know I was like 10th grade or something when I like officially like figured it out. I don't remember what like first set like the alarms off in my head being like, I think this is me, but I remember watching Anthony Padilla's video on asexuality that he did, and I saw Shovel in that video.
I love Shovel.
Me too.
And watching that video and like seeing her, that's when I was like, this is me, I'm accepting myself.
That's crazy. And mine went through a Tumblr post.
A Tumblr post. Wild.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't think I ever like officially like came out as
I didn't
asexual.
either.
One day I was just kind of like put on the internet. It was like Pride Month, and I was like, "Happy Pride! Shout out to the gays!" And I think I put ace over the screen, and I was like, "That's me." And so that was that. And then I got added to a group chat with Whelmed and Mocha, and it was like, we're ace too. And then I added Vent,
You
just
did.
because I wanted to add Vent, not knowing that Vent was also ace.
You added
Yeah,
me so we
that's
could watch a
crazy.
movie together, and then we
Yeah.
got to talking.
Oh my god! I think I passed the fuck out when we were watching.
I think
Yeah,
I
me
said.
too. I think I was like the only one who was actually staying awake.
It's the time zones, man.
Yeah.
It is.
No, but that's crazy though, because I remember feeling like I was very confident in like my asexuality, but feeling very alone because no one was like that at my school. And then I started streaming, and every
Right.
single person that I've met,
Everybody.
I'm like,
Everyone.
Ace.
you're ace too, and I was like,
Yeah.
everyone's fucking ace.
I mean, what else are we gonna spend our time doing?
literally playing video games all day.
We're all ace because we all don't fuck. We just sit at our computers.
No, it's really funny because like it's really like the ace people attract each other like stand users, like JoJo thing.
Yeah.
I remember I like joined anime club in college, and I like kind of like off mentioned that I was ace because I created like a little like person that was like characters that are ace because I said so. And it was just funny. I was like gonna share it, and like 4 other people that like I met and was hanging out with in anime club, all of them were like, "Oh, I'm also." And I was like, "Holy
That's
shit."
crazy.
That is wild.
And I was
I
like,
know.
What's
I
the
think
fucking odds of that?
we just like collect them. Like it was us
Mhm.
4, and then Mel is also ace. Who else is ace?
Spidey.
Yeah.
Heidi's ace. Coda, which you guys, I don't
Yeah,
think you guys really know
Coda.
Coda, but Coda is ace. I found out the other day that Undead is also part of the
Yeah.
community.
I think I knew that too.
I did
don't
know
know
that,
how I
yeah.
knew that. I think he like made like a TikTok about it or a tweet. I don't know. I knew that he was these. I was like, you too? I'm like, oh
You
my God.
too?
It's like crazy because also like I don't know. I think like also after the Jaden animation video that where she
Polymer's
announced that
coming,
she was
Mocha.
Oh my god.
they're coming. Where she announced that she was Arrow Ace, I also saw a
Mhm.
huge spike on it on the
Mhm.
internet. Oh my god, I am.
This is why representation matters.
That bear is leaving its
Exactly.
baby behind. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt for that, but I thought it was
No,
funny.
don't worry. But then I think
gonna
about
kill
it.
a
'cause,
mother?
What was it? Oh yeah, like all the like my little fandom communities that I'm part of, like Lego Monkey Kid or that's
An orphan.
that's the
Oh.
only thing. Oh,
No.
I cannot believe you like made that child an orphan.
He can fend for himself.
But yeah, like everybody in the Lego Monkey Kid like Twitter community is like all Arrow Ace, and I was like,
I
holy
love that.
shit, they're so. It's like I was like, where was this when I was a fucking kid? Like, oh my
Right.
god.
Yeah, I think like another thing that like also kind of like I struggled with figuring out like I was Arrow Ace is because I also like went through a phase of like trying to accept I was like a lesbian, which like which I feel like was like so different because I feel like some Arrow Ace people like they go through the phase of thinking they're bi, but then others like lesbian for some reason, and I still think it's there. I still think I'm somewhere on the Arrow spec where that like attraction is still there because I see women and I'm like, you're really pretty.
No, I get that.
Like,
It's like I'm not fully like I'm on the spectrum for sure too.
yeah, and like I still don't feel that way towards men. It's only really women that like I'm like still like, I guess what's the word? Aesthetically attracted to.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
like,
yes.
and like being part of Arrow, it's like I took a lot of time like trying to accept that like I don't feel any sort of attraction towards men at all, and like that's kind of hard to also. That's like another hard thing to kind of accept. It's not the liking women; it's the like the no
Like-
attraction to men because society's like
right.
built around that. And so like part of me like being Arrow was like I don't want to like erase that part of me as well. I don't want people to hear Arrow and think there's absolutely nothing there because there's just something there. I'm just not good at expressing it or showing it. you know?
Right.
Mhm.
I get that.
But I still don't know. I know there's so many like different sort of like specific labels for Arrow that you can fall under, but I still don't really know which one like captures my experience that much.
Yeah.
Right.
I know
It's
there's
such-
one. I think. Oh, sorry. I was like.
No, go for it.
I think there's one. It's like Romantic. I think that's
Yeah.
like where it's like you don't really feel that romantic attraction, but you do kind of desire a romantic relationship.
Yeah. It's like one of those things like it's like desire like you're curious or you have the feeling of want to
Mhm.
experience it, but you also understand that it's not can't necessarily. But I mean, like, even if you're like aromantic, I know similar like asexuality, you can have relationships. I think
Yeah.
it's just more difficult.
It's gonna be different than the norm.
Yeah, it's like the attraction is always gonna feel different. And I remember I think that's because like I think in the end, like my fear is like I don't want to end up alone, I don't want to die alone, and I want someone out there to accept me for who I am.
Yeah.
But there's always that fear out there that it's like the moment I'm like, yeah, I can't feel romantic love. Like most people, I feel like that'll turn away a lot of people because they're just like, that's just something I don't understand. Because it has already happened with like asexuality pretty much, where my other shitty ex was just like, it's like, yeah, the fact that you can't have sex, like that is a huge big no-no for me. And then he still chose to date me. I don't know why. But you know, I know that there's some, you know, aromantic folks who do have relationships and their partners understand that it's not quite the attraction is gonna be quite the same, but they love them regardless. And you know, and telling myself like, yeah, there is a possibility like that can happen, and I'm sure it's like more the norm than you think, kind of thing. And that's what's slowly helping me accept, like, you know, who I am. And
I mean, again, I'm proof of that because, like, again, my partner and I told him, and they never was like, this is a deal breaker for me. And it's like, again, it's like you're not quite like queer platonic is the word I kind of use because it's like it's not quite a relationship, but it's still there's still something there. So it's like it is possible, and I was very, very, very lucky for my partner because they're awesome. Because it's scary when you've been in like a relationship for like 3 years and you're suddenly like, so.
It's like here's this really big change.
Yeah.
Sleep? Oh, no sleep.
No sleep?
Sleep?
Right at no sleep.
Oh, I'm like standing on your head.
It just wasn't nighttime yet for some reason. For some reason, it wasn't nighttime yet.
I had to wait like 2 seconds.
I know. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I feel like I've, at this point in my life, I've come to terms with, like, my asexuality, but, there are always times where I'm like, okay, would it be easier if I wasn't? Because a lot of times I'm like, it's easier that I am, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to worry about, like, getting pregnant or, like, getting
Oh,
an STD or anything like that, because I don't want to, I don't want to have sex, which is what leads to those things.
Yeah.
And other times I'm like, would it just be easier, like, relationship wise? Like, it's kind of like the grass is always greener on the other side,
Yeah.
Where did Whelmed go? There? Okay.
I'm here.
I'm always looking behind me and I'm like, where?
Because I'm always usually tagging behind.
Yeah.
But I'm at the front of the herd.
I would go. I always be like, no man left behind.
See, I always joke with my friends though, where I have like the asexual buff because I don't have to worry about being horny all the time.
Oh my god, yeah.
For me, it makes life easier. No, I just get to live my life. I don't have to deal with like any awkward feelings,
It is so funny because I'm like in real life, I'm like, yeah, I don't have any of those like horny feelings, but when I play video games and I see like hot people, I'm like, oh my god.
No, I've said some questionable things about fictional characters no one will ever hear me say out loud in person.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. I was like, you can scramble my insides, bro. But in reality, do I want? No.
Yeah, I feel like I say some questionable things, but I'm like, I'll never do that.
Yeah.
Like, this is such a funny joke.
Like,
I mean, I've also done like the asexual thing where I've just read like straight fucking like smut before.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't feel anything. I'm reading this for the story and it's good. So
sometimes the smut stories are great, I'm just gonna say something and I don't remember. My train of thought is always just not there.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Oh my god, I would say though, this is like the one thing that I was completely changing the subject, but it's like kind of funny is that I saw a tweet of someone basically saying like, I figured out how I can explain asexuality without people getting confused. And they related it to like, they're saying imagine it's like there's like a slice of cake and it's like
Oh yeah, I
people,
think I saw the tweet.
you know, desire that. It's
I
like
think I
actually
also
really
saw this,
well
yeah.
like put.
Mhm.
The thing that's funny, because that came out like that tweet wasn't made like I saw it like a week ago. If you scroll back to my spam account to like 5 months ago or so, like a good while ago, I used the exact same analogy that I thought I was like, I'm so smart because I like came up with it at one point
So
when I had
smart.
like an epiphany when I was really high. So I like voice recorded myself and made that as a tweet saying the exact same thing. Obviously, no one listened to it because it's a voice recording. And then I saw the exact same analogy, made a tweet later, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, this is a my thing. And then I got this tweet, you know.
Stole my idea.
I was like, how did they steal my idea though? But it's like that's, you know, all ace people think.
We
all
we all
think the
have
Yeah.
we all have hive mind.
Wait,
Yeah,
do you
I
guys want
think
to also hold on? What are you gonna say?
Mhm.
I was
No,
gonna
go
say I
for
also
it.
had like a really also kind of funny story about like
Yeah.
ace stuff. We're just like probably like a month or two ago, not too long ago. Like I officially like came out as ace to my mom. It's because it's like it's nothing I don't really come out for because it's like there's not really a reason to unless like you
Yeah.
have to. Is
Yeah.
I agree.
but like I mentioned to my mom how I feel, and she said something along the lines of like, "Oh, I'm more like you than not," and I was like, "Huh?
I'm more like
Ace
you
mom?
than
Ace
not.
mom? Oh my
Aw.
god!"
I kind of feel the same way too. My
Yeah,
mom, I
that's
did
so
not talk
fun.
to my mom at all. But like I insinuated, it's like, oh, I'm not into those kind of stuff. Like I don't care about this kind of stuff. But like my mom said some stuff that I'm like raising an eyebrow. I'm like,
Yeah.
hello? Are we
Hello?
civil? Like my
I'm
mom's
more
very
like you than
kind of
not.
against
I
PDA.
like
She's just kind of like, I don't have any interest in those kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay. Thinking.
in like a similar fashion. My family's very southern, so like they're always like, "Oh my god, are you dating any boys? Any boys?" And
Oh,
I'm
my
like,
dad did that the other day.
yeah, I'm always like, no, I'm not. And my grandmother on my like dad's side, I told her I was like, no, I'm not really. And she's like, "Ugh, they're such a waste of time, aren't they? Like you get married to them and then you just get a divorce." And I'm like, yeah, valid, grandma. And she's like, just don't even worry about it. Like, just be alone. I'm like, okay.
This is based grandma.
Yeah, I'm like, babe, so amazing.
See, I have a great like my mom's side family. Great. My mom figured out that I wasn't straight herself and just like came up to me and was like, because my partner wasn't out as non-binary at the time, so they're like, "Do you have a girlfriend?" And I like cried and I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "What the fuck are you crying?"
Right.
And then like even before that, like my brother was giving me like a tarot card reading before, and like one of it was like about like romance, and so like he was like, are you gonna get like a boyfriend soon or a girlfriend? And I was like, how do you know?
How do you know?
And I was even out. But then like my dad's side is always like, if I say the word he while talking about someone, my dad's like, you're talking to a boy, and they're like, oh, do you have a boyfriend yet? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw. Sorry. Okay, I'm doing like a social experiment, like kind of my art account, where so they follow me on my art account, and I'm like, how gay art can I post until they say something?
Okay.
Oh my god. I think that's like what I'm doing with kind of my dad. My dad follows my main Twitter, and I am not shameful about it. Like I mentioned that as aromantic. I talked about ace pride, and my dad's super conservative. So he's always like, "Do you have a boyfriend yet?" Like even like a month ago, and I'm like, okay, are you just like don't ask, don't tell situation, or are you like what's the vibe here? So I don't know what my dad's fucking on about, but
I don't know what my
agents are out. I mean, maybe I might find somebody in the future, but it's just kind of like the bees are out.
The
Oh,
bee.
that's lovely. It's the flower mountain.
Mm-hmm.
That's lovely. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. I kind of don't know where I was at, but I don't know. My dad. I mean, maybe I'll find somebody because I can like men. It's just different, but I can like them. But
That sounded so like I like men.
it's like I get attracted to men, but it's like it's so much more harder to explain your identity than women. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Coming in hot. Okay,
Well,
I'm
I'm
in.
always like, sorry, I had to lower my mic. I keep peeking.
You're good.
Whelmed always like hits the boat. I'm like, she's gonna break the fucking boat. Are you actually in? Oh yeah, you are. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in.
No,
I
we just
looked
left her
down.
behind.
Yeah. I was like, let me make sure. I backtracking a little bit. I think it's always so weird because like everyone who's not ace is always like, what is it? How do you explain being ace? Like I just don't understand being ace. And I'm always the same way to them. I was like, well, I don't understand being not ace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't. You know the show Hot, like Too Hot to Handle on Netflix.
I've heard of it.
Yes.
know.
I think I know it.
Basic premise for anyone who doesn't know is all of these people they think that they're going on Love Island, right? Like a kind of similar type of show where they're like dating around and like finding a match and winning money at the end. But there's a twist because they can't have like any sort of sexual or intimate relations with anyone else. And if they do, they like drop like the money pool drops like thousands of dollars if they have any sort of like intimate relations. So if they
Wild.
like right, so if they all don't have like sex with each other or anything, at the end they all get money. But if they do, they'll get less and less money as time goes on. And I
will be rich on that show.
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand. But the thing is like it's a pool for everyone. So like you're sharing the same pool of money.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh,
You got knocked back.
Sorry.
Holy shit.
So like if we all went on, like we would be rich because we would do
It would be
like,
the easiest, like,
Yeah.
We'll be like Mario Party.
yeah,
like
Mario
Mario Kart.
Party.
Let's stream, guys. It's
Yeah,
just a fucking content house.
Too Hot to Handle.
See,
But I
always,
just like don't understand how I just don't understand how they're like, oh my god, I can't keep my hands off you. I'm like, just don't touch them.
Yeah.
I was about to like say like a similar thing. It's like where I see people where they like don't think they could ever like, you know, have a sort of like romantic or relationship without the intimacy. Like it's impossible to like love someone without sex. And I'm like, I don't think I'll ever understand you. Like
mm-mm.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I know it's just such a weird concept, and like I know that like asexuality is a weird concept to like them, but like
Yeah.
just don't like. Where's your impulse control?
Yeah. Literally.
Literally.
Like just don't touch them.
Yeah.
Does
Like
everyone have a bed?
when people fucking talk about not being ace, it genuinely sounds like the Omegaverse to me.
What?
Like, you know, okay, like Mocha like fucking explained this to me and I was losing my mind, but I was like Mocha had to explain the difference between like alpha and omega males
Yeah.
and shit, and it's like
Yeah,
when they're in
but
heat,
you
it's
pointed
like
the one how to explain
what is
it.
it? Like no, the beta? Is it the beta that is like the powerful one?
No, the alpha
no,
is the
alpha.
powerful one.
The alpha fucks the omega, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not gonna talk
Or is
about
it
that.
or is it the beta and then the mega's like pretty much a switch?
Oh shit! Okay. Oh.
I
fuck.
think this is incorrect.
Forest fire. I don't know. I don't
Sorry.
remember.
Okay, so this is wrong.
I'm not an omega.
Yeah.
But it's like okay,
Yeah,
but
okay.
like to what I say is that it's like I just don't understand it, and it's like yeah, the alpha like apparently needs to fuck or else they will go crazy, and it's just like
What?
it's crazy. It's like the pheromones like make them like insanely horny, and it's just like if they don't fuck they'll
Insane.
die, and that's how like
Oh.
what is it allo people talk about
Go
relationships, like that's
down.
what it fucking sounds like to me.
Yeah.
Living in the Omegaverse.
They're just
Oh my god.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's really
I'm gonna use that now. You're just living in the Omegaverse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry. That's so funny.
Yeah, I don't. So the way it works is like the alpha is like they base it on like animals, right?
Yeah.
So like animals in the wild, they have to like reproduce, and so they go into like heats or like ruts. So alpha's going to ruts and omega's going to heat, and they have to fuck, right? That's why would they not have to?
Okay.
And that's just basically the concept of the universe.
I've talked about Omegaverse on too many public platforms at this point. That's so
we don't
funny.
we don't kink shame here.
We don't think. But it's like, am I wrong though when people are like, I can't get my hands off you? Like, it's just an impulse control. I'm like, are you
Yeah,
fucking
it's like-
animals?
It's literally the Omegaverse IRL.
I'm like, just
Bro,
don't touch me.
are you in heat? Is that an
Are
issue?
you in heat? Damn. Yeah. It's even worse when I have to like explain it to men. I'm like,
Ugh, it's
mm,
most men it's impossible. Well, at least in my experience, most men it's impossible to explain to. They just won't
Yeah.
listen.
yeah.
Mhm. They just hear like, oh, you're
oh
gay?
my god! I'm
Oh.
out of it.
I turned to drive the boat now. Let's go.
But yeah, a lot of men that I find, they hear like, oh, you're ace? Yeah, that's cool. I can deal with that. But in reality, they're thinking like, okay, I can break them because my sex is so
Right.
good.
It
And
might-
they'll wanna fuck.
Okay.
It's like
Ew.
crazy. It's so gross. It's like,
Mhm.
and which is why I'm
Oh.
like, ugh, guys are just annoying.
Yeah.
And-
I'm happy, like, one of my best friends is a man, and obviously we've never even seen each other any sort of, like, that way, but, like, he's
Mhm.
still... I've explained to him, and he, like, gets that he'll never experience himself, but, like, he... Ally!
He's like, I get it.
He-
It's like, that's not me, but it's like, that makes sense.
Mhm.
He's like
Yeah.
Valentina. Speak
Yeah,
Valentina.
and now, like, him and, like, our other friend in
Ally.
our group chat, they're not ace, but they will always, like, headcanon characters ace with me, and I'm like,
Oh.
allyship.
That is
That's
so
so cute.
sweet.
Ally.
No, it's funny though, but like my past ex, when we were dating, like again, like we're on really good terms, and when we were kind of breaking up though, but he was like, it's like I think being in this relationship did kind of make me realize that I'm also on the at least on the ace spectrum, and I'm like,
Wow.
that's crazy, because like we didn't do a lot of, oh, you can take it.
Okay. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like we
I don't want to
didn't do
hit
a lot
you.
of like sexual intimate things.
Mhm.
And he was okay with that, and a lot of pacifist relationships. He was just kind of like never really felt comfortable doing a lot of sexual intimate things. And then he like kind of later realized, he's like, yeah, dating you, it's like nice. It was nice to not have that pressure of sex and those fears. And then he kind of like later realized, but yeah, the arrow part was a little hard for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's valid. It's perfectly valid. I understand.
It actually reminds me, my partner also did message me, like, recently, like, saying that they think they're, demi-ace, and I was like, I hope I helped them out too with that. That would've been nice. Again, representation matters.
It matters.
Matters. We love all of the aces, all of the arrow aces. We love them.
The entire spectrum is very valid. 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like all of us, we kind of have like the more similar, just like spectrum experience of asexuality, where we don't really have any sort of attraction or desire, but it's like it's such a huge community of different like types of
Yeah.
experiences, and it's really cool.
It is. It's always neat to like learn about the different. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
What happened?
It's just a
Fell
hole
in a
nowhere.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's definitely. I always think it's really neat learning about all like the different types of aromantics and asexual on the spectrum, because I don't ever see. How am I supposed to like phrase this? I've never like really learned about it. Like in no one ever really talks about it.
Mhm. That's what we're here for.
Exactly. It like really does make it puts in perspective. It's like there's really like a lot of different types of people in the world that has like similar experiences but not quite similar, which is really cool to thank you. Which is like really cool to like notice or
Yeah.
know or find out, blah 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 blah. That stuff. Sappy stuff.
Right. That's why we're making content, because we're not straight white men.
Exactly.
And sometimes straight white cis men say the most batshit insane stuff. And I'm like, Huh? What are you smoking?
Literally.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
What are you on?
They're in their own little world, I swear.
They're right. It's not
Wait,
even
have
the
you, like, have you
Omegaverse.
seen the fucking tweet of like this random? I don't know who's the streamer. Apparently he's popular, but he's like, why is incest bad?
I was literally okay. When
No.
you said that's the first tweet I thought of, like,
No.
I was like, what?
What?
I think he was like, is incest actually bad if you use protection? I'm like, what? Like,
What the
Yes.
fuck?
I'm trying to think if there was like any news that's been happening recently within the online Twitter, you know.
I mean, Elon being a fucking dumbass, but you know.
Well, Elon's always a fucking dumbass.
I literally okay. This is what I'm so annoyed about the whole like Elon ruining the platform because I swear like there are tweets. You know how like you see those tweets where it's like they see like a really funny like thing and they're like, I cannot believe we're reading this for free. And Elon Musk definitely saw that and it's like, yeah, I can't believe you guys are really reading this for free. Let's put a paywall on everything.
Yeah.
I hate him. I know there's the previous owner of Twitter is creating Blue Sky.
Oh.
Which is it's practically identical to Twitter, but right now it's invite
Oh,
only.
Do you
No,
think?
the pig.
Oh, do you think the previous owner of Twitter sold Twitter and was like, "Thank God, I have that off my hands"? And then he saw what Elon was doing to Twitter and he went, "Fuck,
Yeah, probably.
damn it."
See, I need Blue Sky to go public because I need to get off that app. But at the same time, switching apps completely is always so nerve-wracking because it's like you have to build up your
hard.
following again.
Mhm.
I love following artists, so I have to hope that all the artists I follow also move. But also,
Yeah.
being a nerd real quick, I create anime edits with fan art, and so having to
Mhm.
make sure that I have a secure way of like, giving the credit. It's like,
Right. Yeah, that kind of happened to me. I follow whenever Vine was big. I followed a lot of like
Oh, yeah.
editors, you know, on
Mhm.
Vine, like the A and V editors or whatever,
Yeah.
for
Mhm.
TV shows and stuff like that.
Rep.
And whenever Vine went down, I was like, fuck, like I had to find a bunch of them on Instagram because I was like, I still
Yeah.
want to see their stuff, but like, are we all like not a lot of them moved over to Instagram from Vine?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I for looking at fan art, I sometimes use Pixiv too, but that's like primarily a Japanese audience, and it's not
Yeah.
really made for discoverability. So like, it's
Mhm.
I love Twitter because it was like the best place for like artists and like discoverability, and then Elon.
Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, with the whole like Twitter rate exceeded, is that like temporary or is that forever?
I
Like,
don't know.
per day. I know that's
Yeah.
it's like right now the
it's-
per day thing. I hope he realizes he's fucking stupid and gets rid of it.
Yeah, I hope because I read a tweet where it's like Elon Musk is temporarily putting a like review limit, and I like assumed that's not gonna stay forever, and he's just doing that to I don't know fucking clear out the system or something. I don't fucking know how
Mhm.
Twitter and
Well,
internet works.
Yeah.
But if it's gonna be like that forever, it just sucks because although Twitter sucks, like it's also there's a type of vibe to it that I enjoy. Like I like seeing all the funny tweets on there,
Mhm.
and it's like where else am I gonna get the classic Twitter shit posts? Like I'm never
Yeah.
gonna get that anywhere.
My thing is that like if you're limiting the amount of tweets that someone can see per day, you're also limiting the amount of time that they're going to spend on Twitter per day, which
Mhm.
then limits the amount of ads that they see on Twitter, which fucks with your
Yeah.
advertisers.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
And I think he's trying to like get it back by like, oh, if you buy Twitter Blue, you
Right.
get 6,000 instead of 600.
Nobody
yeah, even
wants to
in
But
Twitter
buy
Blue, though,
Twitter
you get
I'm not an
Blue.
Elon dick writer, so
Yeah.
No, and I don't want to be limited to 6,000 either.
No.
Yeah.
I want to see 10,000 Twitter
If
posts
I
a
want
day.
to doom scroll on Twitter, I'll doom
Yeah.
scroll on Twitter,
Yeah.
alright?
again, that's why I want Blue Sky to come out. And I've seen the screenshots of people who have gotten like free links to get on because it's not public right now, and it's
Right.
practically identical
It's just Twitter.
wise, yeah, different but almost the same. So I'm hoping that once that comes out and it actually becomes an active platform that people start moving to, that it pretty much becomes new Twitter. and is like the same vibe, same shit posts, same artists. That's all I can hope for right now.
I feel
Yeah.
like when it does come out, people might not switch over immediately, but I feel
Yeah.
like Elon will do something that is gonna piss everyone off, and then everyone's gonna leave
Mhm.
Twitter for it, you know?
Yeah. I kind of hope it's like a similar like TikTok situation where it's like no one really moved to TikTok until word started to spread that it's like, hey, they got like some really funny shit on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's already some like big name politicians and like big name accounts on Blue Sky.
Oh,
So it's like because they got a lot of invites. Like I think AOC is on there.
off. Love that.
So I know that there's at least incentives to move, especially for LGBT people, because the owner is like cracking down on any transphobes that get links to try to spread transphobic rhetoric. So it's already a safer place than Twitter.
Yeah,
at the
that's
moment.
Yeah,
nice.
baby.
I just hope that, so I use Twitter, obviously to just like tweet whatever I want, but I use it a lot to like connect with video game community managers,
Yeah.
which is how I get a lot of like keys to demos and stuff. Like the last like 2 videos I made about gaming, they were just demos that I got free keys for.
That's so sick.
And so I hope that they also end up moving over, or that like this limiting the amount of tweets doesn't also interfere with that.
Yeah.
Especially also from like just the standpoint of the video game company, like from community managers, because that's so awful to be like, well, who's gonna see the tweet today? Like, who's gonna see this?
Yeah.
It's like terrible for like anybody, especially who uses Twitter as like their main platform of necessity, because it's like now you have to plan your tweet. Like there was always like algorithmic times that were always the best to post because when people are most active, but now like with the limiter, it's even more like important that you post during a certain time so people actually end up seeing your tweet.
Yeah.
Instead of having like me being on Twitter at like 3 a.m. and now it's like 5 a.m. and I can't scroll through Twitter for the entire rest of the day.
Right. Ugh, that's awful.
It's so dumb.
Like, what is that man thinking? Like, what goes on? He claims that he's so fucking smart and can make rocket ships and shit, but it's like, dude, you are so fucking stupid.
He just wants money.
I get
Yeah,
so
I think so.
so pissed. I get so pissed thinking about it.
Literally.
Piss you guys off even more. I have been doing so much research on the Kick streaming platform.
Oh my god.
Because that's like my next video that I want to come out, and I'm just like,
I thought you were gonna say that's my next move, like you were going
that's
there,
my
and I was like,
next-
okay.
that's my next move.
I was like, please.
Could you imagine?
Let's
I
not
want-
do that.
Yeah, I want to go to Kick. No, I've seen like, a few people that I follow on Twitter, like mutually, who have switched over to Kick. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
me too.
disgusting. No.
And it's like a couple like small streamers that I know. They're like,
Yeah.
hey, like tune in this day, like it's my first Kick stream, and I'm like, please.
I just wouldn't
I'm
wouldn't
so
feel
worried.
safe.
Yeah, it's like
No.
the 90. What is it? The 90-10. Wait, what's the revenue split
God
on that
damn it.
again?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I
okay, go
don't
around this
remember. Yeah, it's something like 90-10 on the revenue split, but they're also talking about paying us select like streamers like an hourly rate as well.
Yeah, like
No?
probably like the bigger creators that
Yeah.
choose to go over.
Why are we digging through the mountain?
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't
It's
think
an
it was gonna be that thick, but it might be thick. I don't know.
It's an adventure. But I'm like everyone who has seen like the hourly pay, they're like, how is this sustainable? They're like shook, and I'm like, you don't understand that this platform was made off of gambling money.
Yeah.
Like this platform has the ability. I love that. This platform has the ability to do that because they're just taking in gambling funds.
Yeah.
I put that down like it was gonna help, and then it did one little
Also,
stream.
Recently, something that just pissed me the fuck off was Pokimane like said that she doesn't want to move to Kick because of her own like personal like morals and shit.
Yeah.
And then
Right, right.
XQC practically sent like a hate raid against her because he took it as
Yeah.
a personal attack. And
Oh,
then
because
it's just, like,
he signed the fucking deal?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
and it really just feels like Kick is kind of undoing a lot of progress that was made towards like anti-misogyny and diversity
Yeah.
in the gaming sphere, because now people are allowed to go to Kick and just do all of that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I never really trusted Kick whenever I knew that Trainwreck was one of the founders, and then Corinna
Oh, he
was one of the
is?
and then Corinna was one of the faces, and so was Aiden Ross, and I was like,
Yeah.
this sounds
Yeah.
awful. And they're like, we do have protections and we do have terms of service, and I'm like, yeah, but you don't enforce them.
Yeah, I've seen like a lot of like screenshots of just slurs being said in chat.
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah. It's
God.
like the N word and just the F slur. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
Also, the amount of money that they offered XQC to sign that deal is
Ridiculous
absolutely
amount of money.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Literally.
Like, how do you like? It never makes sense to me how you get that much money. Like, I know where they're getting it from
yeah.
and where they're funding it from, but like, when that gets put into your bank account, does your bank not go like, what the fuck?
Literally.
And like,
Hold
how
on.
are you paid monthly? Like, how does it? I'm just so confused.
Oh, thank you for waiting. I got stuck
No worries.
behind
And
the mountain.
I'll never make that amount of money ever, so I'll never know the process on how
Yeah.
it works.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what was it, $100 million?
Holy
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah.
No, it
$100
was-
million contract.
Yep.
That's actually crazy.
No,
Wait,
like there should be no reason to be making that much
no one
money.
should make that much
Literally.
money.
what does XCC even do? Like he just says like,
What is it? Exactly?
like he just says hey fuck, he says Cheeto, and then
Mom, why did you just jump into the water?
it couldn't reach it.
Okay, it was kind of funny though, because I think after he took his contract, he started watching like some sort of show on Kick, and then got in trouble for watching a show, and then the next day watched a different show.
Love that.
I think that was kind of funny, but
Yeah, it's funny though. I also saw like XQC's like view count on Kick, and it's like
oh, it was, like,
45
40.
viewers.
Is it
Is it
shit?
really?
Oh no.
I think that was like a glitch at the time. I think it's back to like a normal
Okay.
amount, but it was still really funny thinking he just
Okay.
left a Kick
To
and then
have 45
Yeah, I was gonna say if
viewers.
that's
Yeah.
real and they're gonna pay him $100 million
Yeah,
to get
for 45 viewers.
Oh.
So funny. Yeah, I don't know. I personally, if I were a bigger streamer, I also would not accept. Like Pokey said, she's like, I made my bag. Like, I have my money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would I think this is exactly what she said. She was like, why would I, contradict my morals just for money?
Mm-hmm.
So pop off. I don't love Pokimane, but, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't really like watch her content or anything, but like, I don't know, the misogyny that came from just her saying that is another, like, why do you think that's gonna make us want to think Kick's a good place if one woman criticizes it and then gets just giant wave of misogynistic attacks towards her?
Yeah.
Shout out to Myth though, because that was how I first saw the situation, was Myth defending her.
Cool.
Myth, the streamer.
Yeah.
Who?
You ever heard of Myth?
Isn't he one of like Ludwig's friends or so?
No.
Or am I tripping?
I feel like you've heard of it.
I've never seen them interact before.
I have no idea. That's okay.
I do know him. I've heard of him. But I don't watch. I just don't watch a lot of streamers anymore.
That's valid.
I never watched much of that group though either.
Yeah.
No, me neither.
I mean, I've been like a Ludwig fan since he had like 200K on YouTube, so I've been around that for a while.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I know more around like what that friend group is, but I really only watch like Ludwig's YouTube videos. I don't really watch his streams.
Yeah, you're like a Ludbud, bro.
Hell yeah.
I only watch Ludwig's. I watch Ludwig's Mogul Mail. I don't watch his
too.
I don't watch his YouTube videos, but I watch his Mogul Mail, and I occasionally listen to the Yard.
That's fine.
Even though sometimes the Yard have like jokes, and I'm kind of like, it's a little bit
Yeah.
too testosterone for me.
Very valid. On a lighter note, the Steam summer sale is going on right now.
When is it?
It is.
When is it gonna end? Because that means I'm gonna fucking buy some.
The 13th?
13th, 14th? Yeah, 13th.
Yeah.
Oh, shit,
July
I gotta
13th.
hop on some of those games then.
Yeah. So if anyone gets
Paycheck is
paid
coming.
in the next like week.
Okay, so I'm like really excited because I don't know when my next Twitch payout is coming, but I had the most fucking insane stream the other day where I got like 250 gifted subs.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Which
crazy.
is like insane.
Oh my
So now I'm
god.
like, please can my Twitch payout come like ASAP so I can spend that all on the summer Steam sale and like
And then
I
this
know.
is all
fund
the
more gaming.
this is a tip for you guys because once you have to start paying taxes, you can use all your video games as tax
As a tax-
deductibles
yeah,
Yep,
tax
yep.
or
write-off.
tax write-off
Yep.
because you get money from Twitch.
Mhm.
I learned that from my cousin who's an accountant.
Dude.
I should do that next year.
Yeah, that was big. I
Yes.
cried
I know
about my
when
tax
you
situation.
were like, you can do this. I was like, I filed my taxes in January.
And I
I
like
did
literally
too.
filed my taxes like a week before it was due, and I was crying.
Oh my god.
I always try to do them so early.
I have an accountant, so
Oh, great.
my accountant this past year, it's technically my parents, but I just did my stuff in because I always have like 5 W-2s. And this year he's like, why'd you work so many places? I'm like, mind your own fucking business. I'm like, what the hell?
You do have
Just
like
do my
4.
taxes.
You have like 4 jobs at any given time, so
Yeah,
I have
valid.
not done like my own taxes yet, and I think that's like one of my current fears is learning how to do
Well,
all
I
that.
really
Honestly,
just do
not
TurboTax.
terrible.
Yeah. If you're under a
Mhm.
certain amount of money too, you don't actually have to file.
Yeah.
Okay, that is what I've heard, and that's a fucking lie. Because I was under $10,000, but because I worked as a freelance in contract, I still had to pay like $1,000,
Oh, wild.
and I was pissed.
Well, I
Did you
don't
work-
currently have a job other than Twitch,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, then you don't have to. Yeah, I don't think you have to declare.
No.
Mhm.
You don't. It's not gonna be enough at all. This is a dig at Twitch.
Unemployment buff right now. Don't have to do taxes.
Unemployment buff. Oh, another little
Keep a dolphin.
yeah, a dolphin. I couldn't think of the word dolphin. It's like, what the hell is that sea animal that's in the ocean?
Oh, the dolphin's following us.
Yeah.
Just noticed.
There is, speaking of social media platforms, there's one that I just joined called Lemon8. It's by the same people who made, it's by TikTok.
Oh.
So it's from the same company, and it's like a Pinterest, Instagram style app. And I joined it because I follow a few different like social media managers on TikTok, and they're like, just join and like get your username and just like post something every week, because you'll end up being like a founding member, and they're like, usually those people do like better than like other people who join later, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Interesting.
So I already post things on Pinterest because Pinterest is an easier they have an easier algorithm to post on. So I post there, so I was like, let me just reuse all of my shit from Pinterest and just post it.
I don't think I've ever actually posted to Pinterest.
I don't think I have either.
Yeah, me neither. I only just pin it on boards,
Yeah.
and then I forget about Pinterest, and then I don't
Yeah.
go on it.
I did that in high school, just like pinned like a whole bunch of things. I loved Pinterest in high school.
That's so valid.
But then I saw like they have like a really like not that it's low, but they have lower than like other platforms to like get into like their payment program
Oh,
or whatever they had. So I'm like, well, let me just do that.
interesting.
That is interesting.
Very cool.
Yeah. So like usually on like I don't get a whole bunch of like views on like other things like YouTube or like TikTok or things like that. But on Pinterest, I think my monthly views on my profile is like 60,000.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
damn.
Yeah.
Pop
So
off.
popping off. Get out of the boat. Okay. So yeah, if anyone wants to make a Lemon8 account.
Is it like that?
Yes, exactly.
Nice.
No,
Nice.
If anyone wants their username. I was stressed when Discord was doing their username thing.
No one took the username.
Oh my
no
God.
one took it.
No
which
one,
is
no one took
crazy.
mine either.
Yeah,
I
I
got
have mine.
Kaypenn.
We all got our usernames.
I
mean,
was shook.
Yeah, I like my username is pretty. I guess like unique, but there's like social media platforms like Twitter where it was taken in like 2009 to an account that never posted, and I'm like, God damn it.
Oh my
But
God.
wait,
Yeah, that's how Kaypenn is on Twitter. It's just some lady, and it's her personal account. She posted on Twitter like once in 2007, and I'm like, give me my fucking
The
username.
person who took Kumoka never posted, never changed anything on their profile. I don't even think ever followed anybody, and I'm like, come on, man.
Just
Oh my
made it
God.
and let it sit.
Literally, just made it and then deleted the app forever.
Ugh, I hate that. You know, I was surprised I got Kaypenn though, because usually on most platforms there are actual people named Kaypenn. So
Hmm
I was surprised that I got it on Discord. I guess other Kaypenns aren't nerds, so
I was surprised OfficiallyWhelmed was not taken. Because I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm just stupid, but I think OfficiallyWhelmed is a sick ass username. So,
It is.
Um, but yeah, no one took it, which I was like, that is
Huge.
nice. That's a big win for me.
Hell yeah. See, I was also lucky because I also did like I think I got like on like regular users. I got mine pretty early on because I have like a old Discord account and I have like the $5 nitro. So it's like
Mhm.
I luckily got like a pretty early go on getting my username. But
Right, an earlier spot.
yeah.
Our
What's
friend,
crazy? We go on, sorry.
I was gonna say our friend Keegan, his username is Yesserin, YESSIRIN.
No, that's not his. Oh yeah, that is his username, but that's not his Discord
Mhm.
username.
Oh, what did he want? Did he want Lloyd?
I think he wanted Lloyd. Lloyd is just his last name. This man uses his full legal name on the internet. By the
Oh
way.
my god.
He streams as well.
Which is so funny because he graduated with cybersecurity.
Yeah,
Oh
he
my
hasn't
God.
graduated yet. I don't think, has he?
I thought he did.
Maybe he did actually. Just this last bit.
It
I don't
depends
know.
on if he got the classes that he needed.
I don't remember. But yeah, he's a cybersecurity major and he uses his full legal name on the
Oh
internet.
my god.
But he couldn't do Yesserin, which is his Twitch name. He couldn't do
Mhm.
Lloyd. He couldn't do Keegan. Just none of it was working.
No.
Aw.
He was
so sad.
something. What was he for a second? Was he like uwu for a second?
Oh,
He was just
yeah.
uwu.
Wait, that's a flex. Why do you change that?
He almost kept it. I don't remember what he changed it to. He was also pissed something at one point. I don't remember. He was trying to cycle through the funny names and pick one.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
I
I mean, I
thought
did
that was
see
awful.
it. Huh?
I thought that was awful that he couldn't get what he wanted.
I
Yeah, that
know.
sucks.
I'll say I did see some like smaller content creators that I like follow on Twitter or just like came up on my feed on Twitter that got their usernames stolen, which is like so annoying.
I know. I think I saw on Twitter somewhere that Nikki from the Dream SMP stuff
Mhm.
got her like Discord name taken away. Like
Yeah.
like somebody
Yeah.
took it and she like had to go on Twitter and be like, "Hey, like is there any way I can actually get this back because like I don't want people like I don't want someone like
Yeah.
in like what is the word? Impersonating me."
Yeah, that's. I was like,
And I don't know
what
whatever
you're
happened
doing.
with that. I don't watch
had
her or
no
anything. I
idea.
just kind of like came up the tweet on my thing, on my
Yeah.
timeline. So I don't actually know what happened with it, but that is something that I didn't think of before I saw that tweet. Is like there are so many content creators that have like their
Yeah.
name that are probably gonna get taken like the second someone has a chance to take it, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, I got curious about that, so and I looked at like the few discords of like that I'm in for streamers. Oh my god, that started.
Oh, a zombie.
And like, I checked in like RT Game and Germa, two people I'm in the servers for. They got theirs like really early on, so they
Mhm.
could be like
I
get their
think
usernames and not be impersonated, but like some other people just didn't, and I don't know what like.
Yeah. I think a lot
Very
of content creators, like the bigger ones, you know, they've been
Mhm.
like on the internet for a really long time. So I feel like they
Yeah.
got their their Discord accounts really early. But
Yeah.
then there are like newer content people or like younger people that just haven't had the app for as long. The app.
Mhm.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think most of them just had a better chance at getting their names the first time around.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I didn't think about that. I hope Discord does something about it, you know?
Yeah.
But knowing Discord, I know they won't.
Yeah, they probably won't.
Yeah. I still don't really get why they decided to change it.
I don't know. What is up with all these like apps just destroying their own platform?
I know, it's so weird.
But it's like really funny though.
Mhm.
I was just gonna say like the whole Discord name change. It's funny because I got the message when I was like in a meeting for work,
Oh.
and I thought I didn't know what was it gonna be like. I thought I was just gonna get like a message from a bot being like, "Oh, you have to change your message," but no, it literally felt like I was getting summoned to court. I like refreshed everything, and it's like it's time to change your username. Like pop up came, and it's like we need to do this now. And I was like, holy shit! Like I was like, oh my god, it's fucking happening.
Okay, where are you?
I got lost because I was asking this woman for a gaming chair. Hold on, I'm coming.
What?
Oh, there you
I
are.
see whelmed. Yeah, I was I'm part of my mom's like neighborhood Facebook group, and this lady, I guess her son doesn't want his gaming chair anymore. So I was like, I want it.
Huge.
I want it.
But what were we saying? I feel like we sound like old people. Everyone always changes.
Yeah,
It's always changing.
I hate change.
I hate change.
I'll admit it. I'm ass with change. So
Me too.
I am too. I am too.
But I mean, I can't even feel like we sound like old people playing like back in my day because like they just are ruining like their apps.
Yeah.
For no reason. I mean, I guess like the Discord username change isn't like the worst thing in the world. That is just kind of like I guess something to be kind of just nitpicky over. But like at the same time, other apps are just killing themselves. And it's like,
Yeah.
for what reason?
You guys are asking us for this. We're actually gonna just take this away instead. We're not gonna give you that thing. We're just gonna fuck up this thing that you actually like.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have any other internet news for the week.
I'm not
I
sure
don't
I
know,
do either. I know we missed a bunch when we were gone.
I
But
know,
I
but
did
who
not. I
knows
have
what
not
that
been making
was
a
anymore.
list. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other internet drama. Oh my lord! Pauline Ballinger!
Oh my
Literally
god.
forgetting like the elephant in the room here, like dude,
Fucking
no.
ukulele!
it's so horrible when you like think about just how horrible that is, but at the same time, it's so funny.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's insane because it's like honestly the entire situation is fucking awful, but the way to respond to genuine fucking like crimes pretty much or just being a fucking weirdo is to sing a song and just like my team strongly advised me not to speak out about this, but said I couldn't sing it. I was like,
I literally saw like people were making like the victorious memes like didn't take and sing to that. And like I saw all of those and I was like, that's really funny. I didn't realize she actually said that.
Yeah, that's what she said.
No
Yeah.
way. I have no idea.
Crazy.
Oh,
Crazy.
I
We're
see Whelmed
below
and
you, I
Kay.
think.
oh yeah,
I
you
see
are.
Mocha.
Oh, I see Mocha, yeah.
I hate it though because it's like the song like sucks, but it's like I hate to admit it, it's fucking catchy. At times, it gets in my
Fucking
head.
catchy.
I feel like that is exactly what she fucking wanted. Because sometimes I'm like in the shower and I'm like the top
Toxic.
change.
Right.
I was like, bro, I was like, get out of my
God
head.
Damn it.
What was that
That's
meme
so
where it's like, leave me alone? You know? It's literally that in my head. Oh,
Oh, do you need more bread?
Yeah,
Here you go. Thank you. I just gave you half of mine.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't know, like, I didn't really ever like Miranda Sings or
I
Quality.
didn't either.
it was some weird vibes. It was always just kind
Yeah.
of like I was like, why do people find this funny? Because it's just kind of weird.
Yeah, I didn't
mean,
really
definitely-
understand the humor behind it.
I mean, I get it, like when like you're a a kid because you go through those like random XD
Right.
humor phases, but
Yeah.
I was about to say, it definitely wasn't catered to me, and like I understand.
yeah.
That, but I
Yeah.
never watched her. But also the whole. First of all, yeah, it was like fucking awful. But the whole video, she says that she's gonna like take accountability, but she doesn't apologize a single time in the
I
video
know.
Yeah.
for anything that
She
she's
always
done.
like
She's-
makes herself the victim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was weird because she's like, yeah, I'm gonna take accountability, but also this didn't happen to me, and y'all are
Yeah.
lying. And I'm like, it just,
And
it was,
I'm
it was
like-
so, it doesn't make any sense.
I'm like, you can't. I don't know. Like, you can't say no, it didn't happen when there's like proof that it did happen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm like, baby babes, and she's like, it's the toxic gossip train. I'm not a predator. I'm like, you sent some kid your underwear in the mail.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
literally spread like a minor's legs open on stage, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let a 9-year-old kid also reach under your pants to grab like cheese balls. But like obviously
Ugh.
it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just gross overall.
It is.
Yeah.
I will say though, it is really impressive that she did manage to one-up every other bad YouTuber apology.
Yeah.
Oh my god, has anyone watched Sienna May's apology?
Oh
video
my
where she
lord.
dances?
I don't know hold that.
That's
Like
real.
I'm like, how did you make a worse apology? It's like literally
that,
Sienna
yeah.
May and Colin Ballinger having a face-off for worst YouTuber
Yeah.
apology.
I think
That's
I
awful.
didn't like watch it, but I think I saw that somebody like overlapped the song to the dance
Oh,
apology.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
And it,
no.
like, it fit really well, I've heard, which is funny.
Yeah, because I saw a tweet where it's like,
Ooh,
oh,
careful.
Colin Ballinger like finally uploaded the music video, and it's like Colin Ballinger
Sienna
and
May.
also Sienna May's video. It was crazy.
It's so funny.
The internet. Oh, that while we were gone, a bunch of billionaires blew up in a
Oh,
Oh yeah, they
submarine.
did.
I'm sorry, that situation is also so funny. Like,
I feel really bad for the kid because he was
Yeah.
only on it because he wanted
Yeah.
to like appease his dad for Father's Day.
Yeah, and that,
Yeah.
like hearing it that like actually makes me feel really sad because it's like I can
Yeah.
understand that sentiment.
Yeah, but
but-
the other people I couldn't give a fuck about.
Yeah.
I just
Like,
I like deep sea stuff. I think it's really cool. But like because of that, I know just how stupid it is to think you can just safely go down there for like a tour of.
damn, who is
That was
riding
loud
a
as
motorcycle?
It was in game for a second. I was like, I don't know what that is, but that's probably a new mob or something.
I was talking. I was like, is my mic picking that up?
Oh, that was funny. But yeah, I just, don't. Oh, you okay? There you go.
I'm chilling.
You don't have to go down there.
No.
Yeah.
The one
all
thing
I have to
that
say.
the submarine story that made it made me pique my interest and wanted to play Iron Lung. I was like, I kind of play
Oh,
this
yeah.
game now.
Okay, I was so coincidentally, I watched like Markiplier's Let's Play of it like just a couple like a week before, and I was like, I think that's really funny that now I can get all the Iron Lung jokes.
Yeah.
Is that a submarine game? I've never heard of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
like-
go on, Mocha.
so, like the general premise is like Earth and like the fucking universe like died, and so you're trying to like find like resources and stuff, and then like you're like you're a death row inmate, and they found this planet made like entirely of like blood. So you go into like this
Oh.
submarine called like the Iron Lung, and like the only way you can like see around is you have like a sensor that tells you if something's close, and then like you have to take pictures of like the area down there to like collect resources and see where you're at, and like it's a cool game.
That
Yeah,
sounds so
interesting.
scary.
It is.
I bet I would like to watch Markiplier play it though.
Isn't
I'll have to go
Markiplier
watch
also
it.
making a movie of it, right?
Yeah, he is. And I think he's trying
Oh.
to I think because of that he's trying to beat like the world record for blood in a horror movie.
Oh god.
Because I mean it is in a giant ocean of blood, so it makes
Yeah.
sense.
That's crazy. I honestly didn't know that was the premise. I just thought you were in a submarine, and it was basically like you can have the immersive experience of the billionaires.
You could make they made it because of this.
That's right.
You could have the immersive experience.
But like the tweets are actually like really funny because I remember there's like a lot of tweets where it's like you can't escape the submarine, and this is before we found out that the submarine actually imploded,
Yeah.
and there were still rumors that like they were stuck down there and they're banging like to try to get out.
Yeah.
And it's like there was like rumors or like not rumors, and it's like how the submarine was like bolted from the outside, so even if they resurface, there's no way for them to get
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So there were people like tweeting out to the creator of Iron Lung because that was also like the premise, kind of.
Mhm.
In this Iron Lung, like there's no way you can escape because you're bolted from the outside. And
Yeah.
someone was like, "Did you like reference this off of like something that legitimately happened, or
Oh yeah, we can sleep.
oh yeah, I'm sleeping, or like was this just something that you came up with?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, this is just something I thought about. What was the most fucked up way to die,
Yeah,
and I
saw that
made it
too.
Oh my
happen. And
god.
apparently there's billionaires that wanted to do it."
Damn.
Which is so funny.
I took someone's bed.
That's alright.
I'm trying to find out. There was like some tweets I saw that were I also thought like were really funny. I screenshotted them. I don't know if I still have them.
I don't
It was.
remember. Oops, sorry.
You're good. I was like, it was like a tweet that was just something along the lines of, imagine they like save everyone and there's just like a random fifth person in the.
It's like so scary, but also so funny.
I know.
Yeah.
I think it like that tweet became a thing because someone also tweeted like, imagine they've resurfaced and they're all just gone.
Yeah.
I would be
Ooh.
I would have to know what happened to them.
Yeah.
I think in that thread, one of the ones that also made me laugh is like they open the submarine and there's just like a fish bone, a banana peel, a crushed can.
There's one guy and he's like, "These are my friends now." That's one reference. There was oh shit, what was I gonna say? No.
I totally cut you off.
Okay, think. Oh, okay. So the submarine wasn't in like the United States waters, right? It was in like international
like-
waters.
Yeah.
Is it the Atlantic? I don't remember.
I think it was
Yeah.
near by the Atlantic, but it was like closer to Europe.
Yeah, so like it wasn't in the vicinity of American waters at all. And
Yeah.
so everyone, I saw this news clip from like a British television show, and they're like, "When is America gonna do something?" And someone like stitched it. It was like, "When is America gonna do something? What do you mean do something? What am I gonna do?"
Yeah. It's like this isn't our fucking territory.
It's not our territory, and we're not gonna fucking find them.
Yeah. I think the only person that was American in that submarine was the CEO.
Yeah.
What is it?
Mhm.
Stock. Oh, it's funny. Okay, what's really funny? I mentioned this on my stream, when the submarine news story came out, because the CEO is a guy like something Rush, and he's like takes pride in how he's like a descendant of one of the people that signed the Declaration of Independence, Benjamin Rush. That means, if that's the case, that means I'm somehow like distantly related to that man.
Wait,
Because also one of my ancestors is said to also be Benjamin Rush.
wait, that's a really funny.
Oh? That's kind of wild.
Should have
I
gone
mean,
to
the
his
thing is though,
funeral.
like Benjamin Rush had like 13 kids, so a lot of fucking people is his ancestors. But I thought that was really funny because I'm
That
just
is
like, that
really
means he's
funny.
probably like my 5th cousin.
That is really funny.
Damn. I hope the funeral was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking, you know, at least they imploded, because like I think I
Yeah.
would feel like kind of bad if they were just suffocating in there, because I don't really feel bad for the billionaires, but I like that's just like the thought of going out that way is scary.
Yeah. I mean, what I heard though, okay, like what I heard, this doesn't make it any better, but my dad was saying like if they were suffocating and like the oxygen level is going down, it was like it's not in the same way like you're suffocating in a way that you can't breathe, but it's more of like you'll just feel really sleepy and you'll just go to sleep and then you'll just not wake up. So it's like even then I'm like at least that's like a little bit better way to go.
That's how people
Wait,
die of
I know.
oxygen loss on Mount Everest.
I know.
Yeah. But
I
even
know,
then,
Ace
like
Attorney moment
knowing
that
that
deals with
the
that.
oxygen level's going down, and like you're like, yeah, when I get sleepy, that means I'm gonna
Gonna
die. Is
die.
still fucking scary.
Yeah.
I know an Ace Attorney moment that deals with something like that.
No.
I know, like, the second day they were missing, I was seeing jokes that were like, who do you think got eaten first? And I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck
Yeah.
do you mean? It's been 2
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
It doesn't take that long to start eating people. Or it takes longer, not not that it doesn't take that long.
It doesn't take that long, and they would have been gone day one.
They're all gone by now. They've eaten each
They're
other.
all gone by now. I saw someone who said that their CO2 scrubber would have gone out before their oxygen supply depleted, so they actually would have gotten carbon monoxide poisoning and died.
Oh.
Oh.
There were a lot of ways they could have died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really just wasn't safe in general.
Implosion was the
wasn't.
best
I
one
just-
for them.
I just don't know why they thought it was a good idea.
I know.
And didn't like they also like fire like people who said it wasn't safe or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Oh, so funny. Or, you know. They're fine.
Yeah, you know.
Oh yeah, they died before they realized that they were gonna die. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Green explained that it takes less time for them to implode than it did for their pain to come from, to reach like their neural pathways,
Yeah. Before you even realize it's happening, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's kind of crazy though when you think about it, and it's like,
No.
That it happens that fast.
Yeah.
yeah. Like I can't imagine how that is like. It's like literally like you're existing and then immediately
And you're not,
nothing.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. I need to reach land because my child has to go outside.
Alrighty. Do we want to wrap it up then? We're about to hit an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah,
shit.
that sounds good to me.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hit land and I'll let my dog out and we can do the shout outs for Mocha and Whelmed stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm so tired. Are you trying to edit
today?
outside? I know.
These people are cool. Give them your money.
Yeah,
I agree.
give us your money.
Give us your money.
Give us your
I
money.
agree. Our Venmos will be linked in the description. Actually. That's funny. Mocha, do you want to start first? You want to shout anything out?
Sure. You can follow me on Twitch and YouTube at KumokaLIVE. That's it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Woo! Well,
Shout out wise, yeah, you can follow OfficiallyWhelmed on Twitch. I'm currently in a little streaming spell, but I'm trying to get back into streaming relatively soon. You can also follow OfficiallyWhelmed on not OfficiallyWhelmed, OffWhelmed on YouTube, even though I have absolute no uploads. I gotta get on that at some point. But other than that, I'm active on Twitter a lot, OffWhelmed, but I mainly stream on Twitch, so yay!
woo! And as always, everyone's links will be in the description below, so you guys can find them there. And follow these great people.
Mhm.
And us. Oh.
Yes!
Woo!
Yay!
First podcast back. Oh, chords!
Oh, okay. We're at 659,772 blocks out.
Oh, my
wow.
God. We're getting up there.
We have 30 million to walk, okay?
Yep.
30 million?
Yeah.
Haven't we even hit a million?
30 million, yeah. Whenever we decide to quit, we have to like get everyone who's ever been a guest back on.
Yeah.
And then we
That'd
gotta
be so
walk
fun.
all those million blocks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all those. It'll just be a constant stream. We can't ever stop.
We've joked about like if we hit the end somehow in like 10 years, we just get as many people on as possible and we all hit the border together.
Oh,
Which would be very fun.
Cute
That'd be
idea.
so cute.
That would be very fun.
It would be. Well, I'm gonna log off because some lady's about to give me a gaming chair.
Oh my god, amazing.
Oh my god, amazing. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.